Good afternoon, everyone. We will go ahead and get started in about 5 minutes. For those of you who just joined in, we're going to give it about 5 minutes before we get started here. Thank you guys for joining us this Friday afternoon. Alrighty, thank you guys for waiting. We will go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining us for the holiday information session of 2025. Although it's August, we are thinking it's holiday season already. I'll introduce myself if you don't know me. I'm Natalie DeRose, the Partner Services Manager, and co-hosting with me is...
Hi, I'm Miriam. I'm the Partner Services Coordinator.
Yes. Lovely to have Miriam on the team if you have not met her yet, and we will go ahead and get rolling. So just some housekeeping. We are keeping microphones and cameras off for attendees for the presentation, but we will turn it on for Q&A towards the end. Please utilize the chat function if you have any questions along the way, and we'll review them at the end. It's just located in the top right. It looks like this little chat box, and you can just type in there and we will all see it. And then again, the webinar will be recorded and shared if you did not see that yet. Alrighty, for our overview of our agenda, we're going to start off with our holiday schedule and then go into our holiday offerings overview and then go through the pre-order/ordering process and then Season of Hope for those of you not familiar, and then we'll do questions and answers. All right, without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to Miriam to talk about the holiday schedule.
All right, everybody, looking ahead, November and December have a few holidays, as you can see here. And then as a heads up, we will also be closed September 1st for Labor Day. We'll be closed November 10th for Veterans Day, November 27th and 28th for Thanksgiving. That's the Thursday and the Friday following. We'll be closed on December 25th for Christmas Day and January 1st for New Year's Day. All APs will have the option to reschedule their delivery or pickup, and if not, we can skip it for those weeks. As we're closing for the holidays, you guys might be too. It's great for us to know when all your pantries and programs will be closed through this season so we can update our food locator map and distribution calendars so that we don't have any neighbors showing up to a closed pantry. If your agency has claimed itself on Vivery, if you're unfamiliar with Vivery, it's the software that programs our food locator map. You have the option to do this yourself. If you don't know how, you can reach out to us and we can show you how. And if you are interested in claiming your agency's account on Vivery, please contact Natalie and I, and we can get you started. And now I will go into food rescue.
Hi, everyone. I'm Christy. I'm part of the food rescue team here. And I just want to remind everybody that if you participate in the agency direct rescue, picking up groceries at the grocery store or from our local school districts, that your schedules will also impact our service to those entities. So I'm encouraging everybody to take a look at your schedules during specifically November and December. And if you find that your schedules will be changing and will impact your ability to rescue, please make note of that. If you're just going to miss one pickup, let's say just Thanksgiving Day, I'm going to ask that you coordinate with the store. Let them know that you won't be there for that particular day. If you'd like to try to reschedule it to the day before or the day after, please work that out with the store. But also be mindful of the fact that most of our stores have an agency partner picking up most days of the week, and we don't want to dilute anyone's donation by doubling up on a day. If you need assistance, by all means, please reach out to either myself or to Sarah, our food rescue manager. A bigger concern, however, are the agencies who maybe close up shop for a little bit and miss rescuing for several days in a row. And I'm going to ask that if that is the case for your agency, that you please connect with me no later than October 15th. And what I'm asking you to provide to me is what will be the last day that you will perform rescue, and then what will be the first day that you will resume rescue. And the reason for that is I need to be able to coordinate with the stores and with other agency partners who will be remaining active during the holidays. And we try not to miss more pickups than necessary at these stores because you guys really provide a big service to them. So again, by the 15th of October, if you could reach out to me with those details, and if you could also let me know what stores that would impact, and if you're really on top of your game, if you could also let me know what time you normally pick up. So if you're normally picking up at Trader Joe's on a Thursday and you're not going to be able to for a couple of weeks, just let me know that, and that you normally pick up, let's say, at 9 a.m. The other side of that is if you are an agency who is remaining fully active during the holiday season and you're interested in maybe picking up extra rescue opportunities for those few weeks, please, drop me a note, a text, and let me know that you'd be interested in doing that. Some of our stores even ask for additional pickups on, like 2 pickups a day, the day before they close. So maybe like Christmas Eve, they would love to have a morning pickup and an evening pickup. So there may be a lot of opportunities to get some extra food there. But I will be reaching out. I know a few of you will close up early for the holiday seasons, and so I'll reach out to you. But if you could proactively do this, I would appreciate it. And the reason for the urgency here is just for some perspective. Last year, 15 stores were impacted by changes of schedules, and we had over 50 different reschedules that I was trying to manage. So I'm trying to get a hold of it really early this year. So again, I appreciate it, and I appreciate all that you guys do to keep that food moving out there. And I'm going to send you back over to Miriam.
All right. So the SLO Food Bank makes resource lists of Thanksgiving community meals and Thanksgiving food distributions. We use these internally. They're not distributed to the public, but we like to keep a list in case we get calls from neighbors or other organizations that are looking to share where we can distribute holiday foods or a communal meal. So please inform our team about your holiday distributions or meals so that we can share that with clients who are looking for seasonal foods or a meal for the holidays. And if you know of any others in the community, that would be great information for us. So yeah, now I'm going to pass it back to Natalie to go over our holiday offerings overview.
Thank you, Miriam. To go over our holiday offerings, this is where we are at. So looking at our holiday offerings, we will go in a little more depth later. This is just a kind of snapshot of it. Like previous years, we will be offering turkeys and turkey breasts in November at a reduced co-op price that will be available through the pre-ordering in bulk. And then in December, like last year, the hams are going to be on Primarius through weekly food ordering with limits. This allows hams to last through December while also not creating a large order for our warehouse team, as the holiday time is a very busy time for us. And yeah, so during the months of November and December, the holiday sides will be available on weekly food ordering. It will be while supplies last. I will be touching on the holiday sides a little bit further down the line here, just ahead. And then donated products like turkeys or hams will be listed on Primarius for free as well. That tends to come around December time. All right. Going over our holiday offerings, this is a snapshot of what the pricings and case quantities, estimated weight looks like. So for turkeys, we have for this year we've sourced turkeys, turkey breasts, and hams. However, we don't have the exact pricing until the delivery of the product. The prices for the turkeys are going to be about $7.97 to $9.56 per unit, and then the turkey breasts are going to range from $3.08 to $4.24 per turkey breast, and then the hams are going to range from $7.18 to $8.61. Just a reminder that these are subject to change. Again, it is based off of when it gets in and the poundage. The turkeys and the turkey breasts are going to be requested through the pre-order form. If you are not familiar with that, the pre-order form is going to be released in September. I will also touch on that a little bit later. And typically all of the turkeys and the turkey breasts tend to be allocated through the pre-ordering form. So make sure your agency gets your pre-order in. And then as mentioned, the hams will not be pre-allocated and listed on Primarius for weekly food ordering beginning early October or so. And then looking at this, the case quantity, just like last year, the turkeys are going to be 4 per case. The turkey breasts are 6 per case, and then the hams are going to be 6 per case. And then these are just the estimated poundage. Again, they do vary based on arrival. And then something that was requested last year was the dimensions of the box for storing. I do not, however, have the turkeys and the turkey breast quite yet, but I do have the hams. They're going to be 20 inches by 16 by 10. Once we know the dimensions of the turkeys and turkey breasts, we'll let you know. We'll include it on like a holiday informational sheet for your reference. I know it's been helpful to a few agencies, so we wanted to make sure we included it this year. And then as a reminder, again, the prices is subject to change or increase until the final delivery. All right, moving to our holiday sides. So for our holiday sides this year, we are planning to offer masa for free alongside turkey stuffing and chicken broth, but those two will be on the co-op menu. So turkey stuffing is priced at $12.95 per case with 12 units at 6 ounces. And then our chicken broth will be $14.95 per case with 24 units at 15 ounces. We are planning to offer these through weekly ordering beginning in late October, early November. It kind of just varies on our team's capacity and getting that on there, but late October is our goal. The limits on the masa will be lower to last a few weeks and supplement agencies for their holiday offerings. The co-op items will remain around 10, how they usually are on our menu. And then again, these will be while supplies last. And then also I wanted to make note, this is an example border of what these holiday sides will look like on the PWW Primarius menu. It'll have some sort of banner. This is last year's border, and we're working on doing a specific one so your agency can identify it. And again, we have these 3 items. Currently, we are still finalizing some of our holiday information and looking at other sides to be offered at co-op pricing. We're looking at instant mashed potatoes. Are there any shelf-stable items like pumpkin puree or specific fresh produce? I see something already got dropped in the chat, but feel free to use the chat if you have any input. Instant dried mashed potatoes. Perfect, and we've got you. Fresh sweet potatoes. Thank you, Taffy. I'm definitely going to pass this along. So feel free to continue to drop in sides that your agency would be interested in, and I will pass it along. All right, I'm going to move on to donated products on Primarius. So during the holiday season, the SLO Food Bank will receive donated products like turkeys or hams, as I mentioned earlier, from various sources like people in the community. And these products are not uniform like the SLO Food Bank provided products, but we will be listing them on Primarius. And so we wanted to let you guys know, again, they're not uniform and the weight is going to be estimated, and that we ask that no requests for specific sizes. However, we will keep an eye on the larger turkeys and not give you a 20-pound turkey. And then these will be offered for free. These tend to come around late November, early December. So keep an eye out if your agency is interested. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move on to hams. So now looking at our December holiday offering, we're going to be doing hams. This year, they are going to be honey spiral hams as pictured right here. Like last year, we're going to be listing them on Primarius, and it's either going to be the first or second week of December. The limits are going to be very similar to last year, and they're limited by size and not to be pre-ordered. Hams are going to be available while supplies last, and this year we do know the hams are going to be frozen, whereas last year, it was refrigerated. All right, here is the holiday offerings timeline for you guys to capture it. So beginning Monday, Monday, September 8th through Friday, September 19th at 5 p.m. This is the time window for the November pre-orders to open for pre-ordering for the turkeys and turkey breasts. This will be the time for your agency to submit it. And then beginning Monday, October 27th, your agency will begin to be able to pick up or get a delivery of your holiday offerings. And then like last year, we had a cutoff date for pickups and deliveries, and that's going to be November 21st, Friday. And we'll touch on that a little bit later on why. And then around December 21st or December 1st, I'm sorry, the holiday protein offerings of hams are going to be available through Primarius. And as mentioned, set with limits based on agency size, and there is going to be no pre-ordering and available while supplies last. All right, I'm going to pass it off to Miriam to talk about pre-order process and expectations.
Thank you, Natalie. This slide is going to cover the case quantities based on your agency size. Or no, sorry, not based on your agency size. Turkeys and turkey breasts must be ordered in even cased quantities this year. The pre-order form will instruct you to do so. As a reminder, you're going to plug in how many turkeys you want, but the turkeys will come in cases of 4 units and our turkey breasts will come in cases of 6 units. Because we will not be breaking open any cases of turkeys or turkey breasts, we will not be able to accommodate orders outside those multiples of 4 and 6 respectively. Please note that if you pre-order outside of these multiples, your order will be rounded down to meet the closest case number. For example, if you order 14 turkeys on the pre-order form, you will only receive 12 turkeys because that would be 3 cases. We're just going to assume that you can cover the lower amount. Agency size is determined by the monthly demographic statistics that each agency submits in PWW. Those are the numbers that you submit every month based on how many participants you see. We calculate an average of these statistics and update the agency size on a quarterly basis. This makes it especially important to keep accurate records and track participants, particularly if your agency has experienced an increase in visitors in the last few months. Each of you has a designated agency size, which determines how many turkeys and turkey breasts you will be allotted this holiday season. So if you are a small agency, you will be allotted 2 cases or 8 turkeys, 2 cases or 12 units of turkey breast. If you're a medium agency, you'll be allotted 6 cases or 24 units of turkey and 4 cases or 24 units of turkey breasts. If you're a large agency, you'll be allotted 25 cases or 100 units of turkey and 12 cases or 72 units of turkey breast. Extra large agencies will be allotted 38 cases or 152 turkeys and 20 cases or 120 turkey breasts. So if you're curious how to look up your agency size, if you don't know, you can go to the PWW landing page right before you go to the shop page. And in that green banner, you're going to click on your little agency profile, click on My Agency, and then that's going to bring you to this page where you can see what your agency size is. And I'll pass this back to Natalie to explain deliveries.
Thank you, Miriam. So like last year, our large and extra large agencies qualified for a delivery, and we are going to continue that this year based on delivery weight minimum the delivery weight minimum requirement. Large and extra large agency partners typically meet this requirement. However, if a large agency or extra large agency orders a small amount of the holiday offerings, it does not guarantee a delivery and may be asked to do a pickup. Please plan to be flexible and provide multiple options for delivery days and times so it can help our team in the planning process. We are asking for your team to plan for a delivery window of about an hour rather than a half hour. You can plan ahead so our team isn't just arriving in time for your turkey distribution, as it is an impactful time for our team as well. We are still continuing our operations on top of these additional deliveries. We ask that your agency has increased volunteers to help unload as well. And then again, as mentioned as last year, we are not doing weekend deliveries. And then we are also asking for no requests of deliveries on Wednesday, November 19th, due to our team's already impacted day of scheduled agency partner deliveries and neighborhood food distributions. Our team has a very busy day and cannot deliver this day. And then as mentioned, we will be stopping deliveries and pickups on November 21st, which I will touch on right here. So like I said, here's just a snapshot. We're going to be doing last day of delivery and pickups of the holiday proteins on Friday, November 21st. This is to allow for safe thawing of the products. It takes about 3 to 4 days to thaw a 15-pound turkey in the refrigerator. And since agencies may not distribute turkeys right away, this buffer is needed to allow for safe thawing. Distributing frozen proteins the week of Thanksgiving would not give clients enough time to thaw the whole turkey safely before the holiday and not have a frozen turkey on Thanksgiving. Um, and it also allows our team to have flexibility and with Thanksgiving Day and the following day with agency partner reschedules. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Miriam.
So as Natalie touched on, all the holiday proteins, the hams, the turkey breast, and the turkeys will all be distributed to agency partners frozen solid. The SLO Food Bank cannot thaw any holiday proteins in our warehouse, so please consider the timing required for safe and effective thawing of large protein. Like Natalie said, it can take 3 to 4 days. Turkey and turkey breast recipe flyers will be available in both English and Spanish and will be distributed with your order of holiday proteins. You can pass these out to your neighbors so that they have a better idea on how to deal with such a big item. Some best practices for working with frozen protein. We please ask that you store your protein items in a freezer until distributed to clients. Dealing with thawing meat can get sketchy when it comes to food safety. You can recommend to your neighbors that the safest thawing method is in the refrigerator. And once the turkey or turkey breast is thawed, it should be cooked immediately. So we recommend you distribute the products frozen so that recipients can thaw it at home and put it directly into their oven for the holiday. We do not recommend thawing and then refreezing any products. That can cause food safety hazards that we just don't want to have in our communities. And now I will pass it back to Natalie to talk about the pre-order process.
Thank you, Miriam. All right. So this is some important information for your agency or your main contact, whoever is filling out the pre-order form. We do ask that one is submitted per agency. And so this is just depending on who is submitting it, what information to have ready by September 8th. So this would be having the main contact information, phone number, and email, and then along with your agency's size limit, so you know how many turkeys and turkey breasts you can be out up to pre-ordered, and then also knowing your agency's holiday schedules and closures. So if you're a public distribution, like Miriam spoke on earlier, Vivery, our food locator map, it is important for us to have that updated because a lot of folks are going to be utilizing that. And then along with our team too. And then also having multiple pickup and delivery options available. This helps us tremendously with the planning process, especially with large orders. As much as we recommend splitting it up so you can safely store, we get it if you have one holiday distribution, but we do ask for multiple days and options. And then also the distribution days and times for your holiday offerings for those who are doing a public distribution. As mentioned, Miriam said earlier, these are not going to be mass produced. It is just internal reference. And some folks that stop by like week of, depending on when they come in, we just tend to get a lot of phone calls during the holiday season. And so it allows our team to have a quick reference. And again, this should be ready by September 8th or in between that window. And that closes the 19th. And here is this pre-order process outlined. So the pre-order form is going to be opened on Monday, September 8th. That'll be sent out in email to the main contacts. And then again, it's going to last through that Friday, September 19th at 5 p.m. and close. This information is all going to be captured on the September monthly bulletin sent out next week. And then we'll make sure to include the deadlines as well on the Primarius landing page for quick reference as well. So how will the SLO Food Bank support in this realm? We are going to be monitoring the pre-order forms. So we're going to keep a close eye on ensuring that your agency put in the correct information. If something was mistyped, we're just going to be continuously reviewing it. We're going to also be sending confirmation emails. Those are going to go out around October time just to give us some planning time based off September 19th and then go time with our team to plan. And then we will be providing those turkey informational flyers for clients in English and Spanish. And Taffy, I saw your comment, so we can definitely make sure it's available as a PDF as well for you to share. And then we'll be available for follow-up questions. And we're also going to be available, Miriam and I, for a 30-minute phone call if you want to schedule one, or an in-person meeting if you have any questions, especially if you're filling out the pre-order form and a question comes up. You can always give us a call. All right, I am going to speak on Season of Hope, give a quick overview of this for those of you who are not familiar with it. Season of Hope is an annual food and toy drive across San Luis Obispo County along with Santa Barbara County. And there are sponsor host sites that have both a food and toy barrel or box donation at sites. And past year we had over 50 donation sites. And this campaign runs through mid-October to mid-December. However, it tends to pick up more mid-November, beginning of November, depending on the donation capacity. And then what are the goals of Season of Hope? And how can you get involved? Our goal is first to provide more food to agency partners, so shelf-stable food, and also help measure the community impact through this. And then also provide overall weight to KSBY. So right over here, we have just a simple reporting sheet available for agencies to track, and then also maintain a relationship with KSBY. So as mentioned, again, to provide more food for you guys, I know the holiday season, we tend to see an increase of need. So if your agency is interested, we will have a spot on the pre-order form for you to indicate that. And if you need more information, we'll also have a spot there. You can call me or Miriam about it. And again, this information is subject to change, but historically, this is how it has worked. Since this is through KSBY, things could change, but we wanted to capture it here. Alrighty, here is a summary. So this is, again, the pre-order form is going to be sent out September 8th to the main contact. It's going to be broken into a few sections with your agency's turkey and turkey breast pre-order, and then your agency's schedule, including public distributions that can be listed or any closures. And then if you're interested in Season of Hope, and then again, as a reminder, please only submit one per agency, and we will send it again to the main contact on the account. I say allow for about a half-hour window to do the survey, and we recommend to do it while we're in office, so Monday through Friday around 8:30 to 5. It can vary, but you can call Miriam or I for any questions or any assistance. We kind of breezed through that pretty quickly. We are now open for any questions. Let's see, let me go ahead and disable any mics for anyone if they have any questions. Give me a moment here. Open the floor. All right. So cameras
Natalie,
and
this is
mics.
Jack.
Oh, hi, Jack. I can hear you now.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You went over that pretty quick. I'm not sure. I think we're a medium agency. And
Mhm.
if we are a medium, does that mean I can only order 24 turkeys, or could I order 48 turkeys?
Let's go ahead and look at your agency size. So if you are a medium, you'll be able to get 24 turkeys and 24 turkey breasts only.
Only.
Mhm.
I can't just get all turkeys, but that's the maximum being that size. In other
Correct.
words, 48. Okay.
hmm
All right.
And
Thank
then
you.
also, for those of you who didn't know, the turkey breasts are bone in. Are there any other questions? Use the chat box. You can feel free to email Miriam or I or call us if you have any questions. I know it's only August, but again, the holiday season is right upon us. It is holiday time. Anything else? I can give people some time if they're messaging their question. All right, I am not seeing any questions come through. Feel free to email me or Miriam if you have any questions. That actually ended up being a lot shorter than planned. Thank you all for joining. You can stay back if you have any question, if you have a specific question. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by for this information session. We look forward to the holiday season as it is fast approaching.
Thank you.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Kate.
Thank you.
Are there any questions with the remaining folks here? Jack, did you have something?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
No, I have no further questions. Excellent presentation. Thank you very much. I'm going to
Thank
sign
you.
off. Yeah.
All right. Bye, Jack.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Walt or Marianne, did either of you have any questions? Walt? Sandy, did you have any questions? All righty. Have a great rest of your Friday, everyone.